Welcome, students, to our YouTube channel Academia Ambala. Today's topic is Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife Resources Part 2. In our previous module, we studied about land and soil as a resource, causes for their degradation and their conservation measures. Now let us start with Part 2. In this module, we are going to study about water as a resource. The subtopics are importance of water, processes involved in water cycle, why do we call Earth the blue planet, what are the causes of water scarcity and water pollution, and how can we conserve water. Water as a resource. Water is very important for survival of life on Earth. Water is not only used for drinking and washing but also in the process of production, whether it is agricultural production or industrial production. Water can neither be added nor subtracted from the earth. Hence, it is very important to use it wisely. Its total volume remains constant and the balance between precipitation and evaporation is maintained through water cycle. Water cycle refers to a model of exchange of water over the surface of the earth from oceans through atmosphere, continents and back to the oceans. Water cycle is a never-ending process and it is through water cycle that water filters itself. Now let us understand the process involved in water cycle. Number 1, evaporation. Evaporation is the first step of water cycle. Due to the heat of the sun, water is converted into water vapors and these water vapors then rise up into the atmosphere. Number 2, condensation. Condensation is the second step of water cycle. As the evaporated water rise up in the atmosphere due to decrease in temperature, those water vapors cools down and slowly and steadily they become a cloud. Number 3, precipitation. Precipitation is the third step of water cycle. After there are too many water molecules inside the cloud, they fall on the ground as precipitation, either in liquid form, that is rain or drizzling, or in solid form, that is hailstorm. Number 4, runoff. Runoff is when the precipitation that falls from the sky onto the ground and runs off back to lakes and rivers is known as surface runoff. So this is how the water cycle moves in our environment. These are the processes involved in it. As we discussed in our previous module that about 70% of Earth's surface is covered with water. Hence, Earth is known as the blue planet. Now the question is that if we have so much of water on Earth, then why do we keep talking about saving water, using it judiciously? Why? Because out of that 70%, only 1% of water is fit for human consumption. How? Let us see. Ocean water. Ocean covers 2/3 of Earth's surface, but its water is not fit for human consumption because it is saline in nature. Then comes fresh water. It accounts for about 2.7% of the total water. But out of those 2.7%, 70% is stored in ice sheets and glaciers of Antarctica, Greenland and mountain ranges. Due to their location, they are inaccessible. So we are left with only 1% of water which is available through groundwater or surface water in lakes and rivers which humans can use. Water scarcity. It means that there is lack of sufficient water, available water, which is enough and safe to meet the demands of water usage within a region. In it, both the aspects, quantitative as well as the qualitative aspect, is taken into consideration. Quantitative means that there should be ample or enough water to meet the demands of the people. And qualitative means that the water which is available, it should be safe to safe or fit for consumption. Now, what are the causes of water scarcity? The causes of water scarcity can be variation in precipitation, overexploitation, and contamination. The problem of water scarcity is such that there are some areas which are dependent entirely on purchasing water from other areas. For example, Amreli in Saurashtra. Causes of water pollution. Many industries discharge their harmful chemicals into rivers and streams. Water gets contaminated when sewage is disposed of in rivers. Pesticides, weedicides, and other chemicals also dissolve in water and gets contaminated. Measures to conserve water are: number 1, treating industrial waste before dumping in rivers. Number 2, afforestation. That is, forest and other vegetation cover slow down the surface runoff and helps in regenerating underground water. Number 3, water harvesting. For example, rooftop rainwater harvesting, which you all are familiar with. Number 4, we can adopt new measures of or new means of irrigation. For example, in dry areas where there is high rate of evaporation, drip irrigation method can be used. We can use sprinklers so that the water loss through seepage and evaporation is checked properly. Canals can be laid down properly to minimize the loss by water seepage. Hope the content of this module is clear to all of you. Thank you.